How y'all doing? Live Farmer 73 here, and we are live. Welcome to the Greenhouse Lounge, and we are ready to activate. How y'all doing tonight? Wow, really? Bumping on the golf cart. How you doing, Mississippi Garden Girl? How you doing? It's good to see y'all tonight. Somebody said showtime. Let me see. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Saturday night. Happy 9/11. And before I even get started, I want to give all the honor in the world to all the people that lost their lives on 9/11. And I want to give all the honor in the world to all of our first responders, everybody, because that was a horrible day in our history that we'll never forget. I can remember where I was on that day. I remember exactly what I was doing, and I remember why. That was my very first day that I was laid off from a company that I used to work for up north. That was my very first day being laid off. I know exactly what I was doing. I know exactly what I was watching on TV, and I was aspiring to be a nurse, and I was watching the show ER. Remember that? I was watching ER early in the morning. Uh, what was that? Hi, Charty. How you doing? I moved that because that'll start going like out of control. But how you doing, Charty? Charty, that's enough. How y'all doing tonight? It's good to see everybody, and I hope you got something. Yes, it was a very sad day. Somebody's parent was a. Thank you, Andale. Thank you, Andale. I don't know if anybody saw my community post earlier. Guava. This matches my community post. A lot of people was wondering why this community post. That's why. Now let me hold on to that. So yeah, if you saw my community post, that's what that was all about. Yes, my man, that's one of the coldest movies ever made, Tombstone. Let me say, hey, Stephanie Simmons from Toledo, Ohio. Hey, Stephanie Simmons, home of you like family. You coming straight from the house. You probably know where I'm from too. Upton and Door. Nathan Hale Posse. Everybody, it's gonna get dark soon. So I just wanted to say, how y'all doing? Let's get going. And I'm gonna start it up right now because I don't know how long this video is gonna be. Hey, Game Nerd Mom, you know you from the Glass City too. Game Nerd Mom in the house from the Glass City too. So, all right, Matthew, my man, thank you for that. Thank you. Maria Jackson, did y'all have the RV show in Ohio lit? Yes, we always had an RV show there. Like, it seemed like every 90 days or so. Just, yes. Tanya Frisbee, what you worried about? You just sold your 40-foot diesel pusher. What was that? Who was that? CC? Hey, April K from Detroit, you mob, we family too. You know, Detroit and Toledo, it ain't no different. It ain't no different. You hop back and forth over the state line. You already know, right there at Myers. You know I ain't even got to say nothing else. I changed my goatee. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It's wet. When I get out the shower, I tie it up till it dries sometime. Cause it'll look like I got a Jerry curl in my beard if I don't. So no, I'm gonna take it down in a minute. It's still wet. So if I take this rubber band off, Yahana, let's not talk about that, okay? I All due respect, I don't want to talk about that because if that hits, nobody's doing anything ever. Okay. Thank you, Miss Mama, daughter, sister. I ain't see you in the house. Thank you. Thank you for that. And welcome. Thank you, sister. How you doing, Callie Homesteaded with Pooh Bear? How you doing? So my whole um reason for being here tonight is you see I got the whole setup behind me. Um let me see. See who said that prepping fupa? Who said that? Nurses rock. Amen to that. I appreciate your things that you teach. Thank you so much. How you doing, Earl K? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I did prepping fupa. Did you see me change that real quick? Real quick. I was a first responder, and I did make a mistake, and you are right. And you know something? It is a happy day. It's a happy day to be alive, to give respect and honor to those that was fallen. So you can take that however you want to, my friend, okay? But I truly understand, but you took it the wrong way, all right? I just need to clear that up. I did say happy 9/11. Okay, let's straighten that up real quick. You said that like I was part of the reason it happened. Let's not do that, okay? All right, you can hang out. Just don't do that. Not today. Not today. See how disrespectful you being on this day? Come on. So, what we all talking? When, okay. Let me see. There you go. There you go. Okay. So here we go, you guys. Lady Led is in a meeting, and I don't think she's going to be able to come out no time soon. Yeah, Lance, that's all right. That was ridiculous. We ain't even gonna start our night like that. Um, what year is the RV? It's a old. Don't even quote me. I think it's like a '05, I believe it is. Oh, '05, '07, one or the other. I get all these vehicles years mixed up. I got to look at the papers. That's right. We are blessed to be alive. We are blessed to be alive to defend our nation. So they took it the wrong way, and I feel, it is what it is. Let that go. So here's the thing. How many people either are looking? Let me back this up. How many people have been thinking about bug out to where they gonna shut down the highways? Jacob Johnson, you thinking too hard into it, okay? You're thinking of, some people are thinking too extreme, and we can start this conversation off today like this. We got two kind of preppers. One kind of prepper is the prepper that's optimistic and just trying to prep to make sure that their family is going to be okay. Okay? The kind of prepper that is prepping and hoping nothing happens, but they want to be ready just in case, okay? And then there's preppers that ask questions like that, where those kind of preppers, some preppers can't wait for some things to happen. You will watch some of these prepper channels, it's almost like they get off on the horrible stuff that's going on. They get a high off of the horrible stuff that's going on because they cannot wait to use their little fandangled equipment, or they can't wait to be the little bird that's saying the sky is falling, I told you so, right? You see a lot of channels where those guys get off on this right here. They love this. They can't wait for something bad to happen. So they can be the first ones to say, I told you so. That's not me. I am the kind of person that I pray that nothing happens. But at the same time, I don't want to be sitting around like, well, ain't no use in getting an RV and trying to get out of here because all the roads will be closed. That's non-optimistic thinking. Oh, ain't no reason to store water because the water will be toxic. Ain't no reason to store food because the food will be poison. You can go down the list with that. You understand? I'm not that guy. I made it here almost 50 years on this rock because of my optimism. I'm always thinking of ways out of a bad situation. I'm not one of the people that hunker down, curl up in a little ball and sit and start crying about something when something bad happened to you. That's not me. That's not me. I don't got time to cry. I cry when it's over. And it's not over yet. Okay? So we gotta be realistic. That's the unrealistic part. EMPs and meteors, man, miss me with that. Okay? I don't prep for that. Bad happens, and what do you do in a flood? You know, here you go right here. What do you do in a flood? You can't say what you're gonna do in a flood. You can't say what you're gonna do in certain situations until it happens. You can only estimate, guesstimate, look at past results and past research from all the knowledge that you have from around the country and around the world, right? And then make a best guess of what you should be doing. You can't guess what you're gonna do unless you're in it. If you're in the middle of the highway and your driver tire flings off and you scrape it down the highway causing sparks, what you gonna do? See how dumb that question is? You don't know. That's how dumb those questions are. You don't know until it happens to you. You don't even know until you can think what you're gonna do, but you don't know where you're gonna be, what day it's gonna be. Is it gonna be raining? Is it gonna be hot? Is it gonna be sunny? Is it gonna be cloudy? Is your kids gonna be with you? Is your mama gonna be with you? You don't know. So I don't do that. I don't do that. I just do the best I can do and make the best guesstimations that I can make. You know, I don't get into that hardcore, the sky is falling crap. I just don't. And if you do, I promise you, you wasting your time and energy. Because if things get that bad, you need to be relying on your faith. If things get that bad, we pretty much screwed anyway. Okay? So then what you gonna do? So let's rewind this. The RV. We definitely gonna have to do another RV because Lady Led ain't here, number one. Number two, how many people are thinking about getting a RV? Here's something else too for my moderators. This crosshairs, okay? Just crosshairs. No 300 times. No 300 minutes. Crosshairs. Let me see. Don't you always say first prep is God? Exactly. Exactly. There you go. And the second is your brain. Thank you. Who just said that? Thank you, Maria R. Thank you. Yes. Amen to that. Yes. Yes. You want to do a schoolie or RV? I was thinking schoolie or van. Okay, my question to you is, do you have enough time, money, and know-how to put one of those together? Look online and tell me how many that you see that's half built because somebody didn't have enough money, know-how, and energy. How many people did that? See what I'm saying? Go, please, trust me. Look online. There's half-built school buses all up and through the internet for sale for little or nothing. And you don't know what they did. You got to have the time. You got to have the money. You got to have the tools. And you got to have some help. So to me, ain't nothing wrong with a schoolie or a van and freaking it out and stuff, but you better be ready for what's to come. Go watch some of those videos like van life and stuff, and they'll tell you it's not easy. What if we don't have land to park it on? I've owned RVs for since the year 2000. Miss Mama Daughter Sister says, I'm thinking of a Class B for me and the mister. Now you talking, or Class C. The class C or the Class B is like a bus. The Class C is like the RV that kind of look like a van in the front. That's a good one. Only reason why we didn't get a Class C, I'm trying to get ready for my whole family to be in here. And y'all seen how we party in this mug. This sleeps my entire family, my mother, my sisters, my nephews, my cousins, my kids, all of my kids, me, my wife, comfortably. So that I haven't released that whole video yet because it's about an hour long. That's a movie, and I haven't done no editing to it yet. We are just going to use our SUV, bought a tiny utility trailer, and put out camping gear. There you go. You could do that too. Me, a 4x4 with a truck camper, brand new truck. Now, truck deck, used camper. Listen to this. Here's a good one. What's a Class C? I'm gonna have you Google that, okay? Now that's a good idea. If you're going to pull a truck, get an enclosed trailer. I bought that trailer with the thoughts of enclosing it, but I was like, you know, but that's better. So you don't got to be tearing up your truck or your SUV or anything else. I got my bug out van, Chevy Express, a all-wheel drive, high top conversion van. What is a Class C or B? I need you to Google that, okay? That's some explaining. I just explained it a second ago, but you want to get in depth with some explanation? Google that. Are tires expensive for RVs? Yes. Each tire is around $700 to $1,000 depending on, and you see I got, oh, you can't see them. I got two right here, two on the other side, and then the two driver wheels. So this is 6 wheels right here. So they're $1,000 a piece pretty much if you get a good tire. That's why you want to stay up on your tire regimen, checking your air. I used to drive trucks, so I pre-trip and post-trip my vehicles no matter what I do. That's what we got, a cargo trailer with camping gear. There you go. Enclosed trailer. And try to convert an enclosed trailer first before you try to convert a school bus. And as far as when people ask me where you gonna park it at, right? Where are you gonna park your RV? There are so many solutions. Do you remember me telling you when we moved to South Carolina, we moved here in an RV this big. We lived in that. And it's not comfortable as far as, now that one didn't have slide outs or anything. It was a lot older. I think that was like a 79 or a 1980, something like that. But listen, sometimes you do get to knock on the door. Like you can't park here. You got to get up and leave. Okay, I got videos, I got pictures, anything you want to see of that. Sometimes you get that knock on the door and you do got to get up and leave. If you're in a bad situation, because that's what this is all about. Let's cut the crap and say, let's stop talking about the fun part of owning one and let's talk about some, hey, I need this. I live here. You're going to get the uncomfortable knock on the door from time to time. Hey, Gigi's Natural. You're going to get that uncomfortable knock on the door, and sometimes you got to go. And sometimes, okay, your sleep is cut off because you can't find nowhere to go. But you know what's good? That's where you got to pull out your GPS or your maps. Know where all your rest stops are. Know where all your truck stops are. Know when you're in a location, you just don't be driving down the highway in this thing. Okay? When you're driving this, it's literally like driving a spaceship. Just like on the Starship Enterprise, the captain needs to know everything that's going on constantly, right? He's always asking, okay, what's our destination? How much longer we got to go? What is that meteor coming our way? You need to know everything. You just don't be driving this like it's a TV game. It's different than that, I promise you. You really got to be knowing everything. Where's our next rest stop? Where's our next truck stop? Where's our next destination? How much farther we got to go? Because you're calculating gas, fuel, you're calculating mileage, you're calculating when is the next time you got to stop, all of the dump stations. And you want to see something? Let me show you something. How you doing, Gio Fernandez? Said, I'm thinking of an Airstream and a new truck to pull it, retiring this month from West Coast. All right, congratulations. I'm going to show you something, and I know you're going to think this is gross, but real people that live in an RV or know about RVs, this is the real truth, okay? In pool behind, some of them don't have a restroom in them, like teardrops. Okay. No, I don't have solar panels on the roof. Matter of fact, my solar panels right here that I'm using right now are right there. There's my Bouge RV fold-up panels, and as you can see, the Bouge RV is behind me charging up stuff. How long is my RV? Is 34 footer. Your dump stations, that's where we was. Thank you so much, Earl K. Man, you the man. You know how I am. We don't always use our bathroom in there. Remember this? That's not just for bugging out. If you know good and well, you keep one of these in your shower and put that on there. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Because I have a video of all the stuff that we do. I haven't released it because I didn't think nobody would want to see it. But I think the way things are going, people need to see it. Dumping poop is not the funnest part of owning an RV. And if you can do anything that will lighten that job, you're going to do it. So, for instance, if all the men and women in the place, if all you got to do is go number one, you're doing this bucket. Okay? A number two, I may have to, we're going to have to decide on it. It all depends. Because once that starts accumulating up in there, and it accumulates fast, because it's just not your waste that goes in this tank. It's the waste plus the water that you just flushed it with, the chemicals that you have to put in it so you don't burn people's eyebrows off, all of that stuff. And frankly, I don't like using those chemicals. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't like using those chemicals. Because I know it's a dump station, but it always make you think, what are you going to do with it? Now, in this bucket, I can tie this bag up. I can tie this, oh, the trash bag is inside. I thought it was in this one. I got another one in there. I got two. I use them for dump stations, and I also use them for garbage cans. So I keep them all throughout my RV. One person living full-time, black tank needs emptying weekly. Amen. Thank you so much, Grammy midwife. Yes, it does. It accumulates fast. This is the reality of owning an RV or a pool behind. You have to dump the dump. Okay? That's part of your job, man. You can't get around, you can't get away from that, because it will start leaking off into your cabin, and you got a big problem after that. Let me see. Does baking soda help keep the smell down? You can't put anything down them tanks. See, that's what I'm good question. You just can't go putting anything in them tanks, because it will some of this stuff, I'm sorry, Crafts Bayou. Oh man, hold on, Crafts Bayou. I hit you by accident. Oh, Crafts Bayou. My big finger. Listen, Crafts Bayou, please stay here. I can't unblock you, because I sent you to the cornfield by accident, Crafts Bayou. I'm sorry, okay? Please forgive me. I'm going to unblock you as soon as this is over. That was my mistake, and that happens a lot, and I try to tell people that. They make special deodorizers for them. Yes, they do, but that's more chemicals. How you doing today? All right? That's more chemicals that you got to worry about. You know, I try my best not to have to use those chemicals. So what we're going to do in a second is I'm going to take you on a tour through here after we're done with the Q&A part of this. It's not expensive to dump, but everything counts. You gotta ask yourself, okay, you got water tanks in here. You got water tanks in here, right? You can't just go letting the water run. You got to make that water last. If you're not hooked up to land water and you're using your tanks, my tank is back here. Let me see. My tank is back there on the back above the bedroom. What do you do with the crank bags? You throw them away, or put them in your garden. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do with it. It doesn't damage Grammy, I missed something. How many miles per gallon does the RV get? You talking about mine or see? It does that. Those questions are that all depends on so many different things. How many people you got in there with you? How much do they weigh? How much are you pulling behind you? The more you having, just like your car. Are you in the city? Are you on the highway? All of that counts. Put like this: if you're going to have fun and go play, it's not cheap. But if you're doing it to survive, it's affordable. But you just can't be just driving all around any old where like you in your car. You got to think about this, okay? Between trips, do you unplug the battery so it won't have trouble starting when you... No. Why would you unplug the battery? If you have to unplug the battery because you're having battery problems, you might want to get your alternator and stuff. You might want to get all that checked. Lee Harv says, right, Led, that's the biggest concern to van lifers. The water tank. Your water tanks are everything. Thank you, Homestead and Dale. Thank you. I don't know what that was, but thank you, Gigi Natural. Wow, here we go again with another day of this. Crosshairs, okay? Crosshairs, you guys. I ain't got, not today. Crosshairs, no 300 minutes. Crosshairs, I'll deal with that later. But let me see. Hey, Butterfly Effect, how you doing? You ain't late, never late to the Greenhouse Lounge. We just asking questions about the RV. Where can I buy the lid that I'm sitting on? Any big box store. Thank you, Game Nerd Mom. Led, try using red. Yeah, I know, but it's still chemicals. That's what I don't like using chemicals. I just don't. It don't sit well on my heart. Thank you, Ann. Thank you. I know all of that stuff is easy, and yes, I do have it, but I don't like using it. If I can avoid using it, and trust me, in my first RV, how we got to South Carolina, nobody could use the bathroom. Everybody used this bucket. The bathroom was never, ever, 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 ever used. Ever. Ever. And I mean that. What size trailer do you recommend for 2 people? I can't recommend that. That's something that you have to go look for. When you're looking for RV, there are things that you need for your own personal situation. Okay, now that's something I can't do for you or give you any advice on. This is like me telling you what house that you should have. Family, this is a house with wheels on it, literally. This is a home on wheels. Everything you got in your house, I got in this RV. Food, water, sleeping, sink, bathroom, toilet, you name it. The only thing, this is like having a steering wheel in your living room. That's what this is, literally. So I can't tell you what kind of house is good for you. That's what I want you to think about. What kind of house is good for you and your significant other? What about vinegar and Dawn to flush the poop? I'm not experimenting, because if you, let me tell you something, when you put weird stuff down in those tanks, those smells come up and will choke you out. You have to pull over and get out. Imagine putting bleach and dish liquid down your sink. You know everybody got to get out of the kitchen, right? How you doing, that guy from Texas? No different. Now you're in a smaller space when you're trying to start mixing chemicals that might flare up. You can't go, I don't experiment. What do you use to unclog the sink or shower? My sink or shower never gets clogged. I've never had that problem. And you know what? Now in my house, you want to know something? I don't use them chemicals to unplug my drains and stuff. There's this little, I wish I was in the house, I would show you. It's this long little bar plastic thing. They don't cost nothing. They cost like $2 or $3. in any big box store, and they're about 2 feet long. You run them down your sink and pull all the hair and the gunk out, and works better than anything in a bottle that you can buy. Right. It's a little plastic snake and it got a little ring on it, and you put it right down there. I've been using those since they were invented, and I have not bought any chemicals to go down in my sink. 12 years maybe or better since I've lived in South Carolina. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I used to be a homeowner. I used to own a lot of property, and the worst thing you could ever see is people trying to unclog with, they got weave down in there and soap bars and feminine products and everything else down in the toilets and the pipes and stuff. They done tried to put it down. I ain't gonna say the name of the products, trying to get it out with that. Eat your pipes up before it unclog weave. Weave, I don't know what weave is made out of, but those chemicals won't burn it up. Okay? That stuff eats your pipes up. I don't care if you got PVC or copper or galvanized. It's gonna eat them pipes up, and that's gonna cost you more money. If you can snake that stuff out, it's the best thing for you. Which is better, pull-alongs or all-in-ones? Okay, that's completely up to the individual, because with a pull-along, okay, here's one of the things you got. When you got a pull-behind trailer, you can unhook that from your truck and drive away all through the city. Something like this, when you want to go out to eat, you got to get in this mug, unpack all this, put this stuff back together, back in your storage, back inside the RV, and drive to go get something to eat. That's a hassle. So, but the ones that pull behind, when you go off to get something to eat in your car and you left your trailer behind, vulnerable. And people rob you and break into your RV while you gone, take your bicycles and everything else off of it. It happens all the time. All the time. So it's like a win-win, lose-lose situation. You got to remember, when you leave, you're leaving your home and all your valuables behind. So it's a hassle to pack up and leave, but at the same time, I'm taking all my stuff with me. And if you don't think people steal at a truck stop or a RV park or a campsite, you must be nuts, because listen, you'll get got. Some people live off of robbing you at a campsite. Don't get comfortable, is what I'm saying. Let me see. Oh, somebody said take the propane tanks off the tongue. That too. You'll get got for some propane. What about this RV caught your eye for you and your family? I was looking for the size, and I was looking for the price. Price, size, that's a good question. Thank you for that. I was looking for a good, reasonable price, because the prices on these have skyrocketed. Because people now, let me break it down to you real quick. People live in these now, okay? I have not been able to go on some kind of vacation, because this is how people is vacationing now that everything is going on. They ain't going to their hotels down in all these big places. They're staying in these. Number one. Number two, a lot of people have been put out of work. A lot of people don't have a job anymore. A lot of people got evicted. A lot of people have been lost their homes. Now they live in this. So what's the same price or cheaper? You go renting a spot at one of these RV parks or something, right? Like a vacation spot. Hey, Bert Richardson, how you doing, man? Yes, I take my Harley with me, yes. So, and I even got a flip down in the back I would love to show you. A flip down trailer in the back, hitch, I mean. So the cost when you go to one of these places is sometimes cheaper than rent. So if you have, I'm gonna take you on a quick tour, okay? Because I gotta grab something anyway. A quick tour. Phone about to die, I mean my watch about to die, I can take it off. So here's the deal. It's almost cheaper than rent when you rent one of those spots out, And if this is your home that you live in now, you like, we should have did this years ago, right? Roll with me. So, this is your home. This is literally our home away from home, okay? I'm just gonna go in here because I gotta grab something anyway. I might start breaking up. So, this is cheaper to live in here than own a whole big giant home, and everything is here for you. You understand? You got everything you want right here. All the space you need for you and your family. Recliners. Everything turns into a bed. My bedroom is back there. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna keep you right here. Let me see y'all.
It's all in your head. You sick sons of bitches. I mean, you walk in that door on your two legs, all fat.
I'ma see. Now,
Looking at me in my chair.
we might break up, okay? And if it's only you and somebody else, or you're single, this is perfect. Your apartment, this is bigger than some people's apartment, okay? And this is where we sleep when we gone. TV in here, and everything you need is in here. Now I'm gonna take you in the bathroom. I hope I'm not breaking up. Let me see. Oh, my light is over here. Okay. Bathroom. Lady laid in her curtains. Okay. I don't use that if I don't have to. All of your toiletries, everything you'll ever need, your food, your toiletries, your medications, everything is ready to leave. Everything is ready to bug out. I don't know what she did with the toilet paper. Oh, ain't no telling. But all of this is up to you. And I'm doing this for a reason. We gonna come back. Oh, I forgot to grab. Oh, it's out here. I'm tripping. We gonna come. I was breaking up. Was I buffering, y'all? Okay, we gonna come out here. Now, almost dropped it like it was hot. Everything that you have, not buffering. Wow, that was wonderful then. Not much. Okay, a little bit. I kind of figured that. Everything I have in this house, I got in here. Food, water, sink, stove, cooking, microwave, TV, everything you have in your house. The only difference is I can get in this and leave. A lot of people, and I promise you, if you ever get an RV, one of the things that you will be addicted to is, I don't like my neighbors, I can just leave. I don't like my neighborhood, I can just leave. I don't like my surroundings, I can just leave. That is wonderful part of owning an RV. And I've had one for years. I let one go for a long time. I sold it, and then we wanted another one. Yeah, you got to watch for low branches. As a matter of fact, I will show you. I hit a low branch, and I got a piece on order right now to cover up my smoke stack over my oven. I hit a low branch doing. I knew better. But everything in there is comfortable. I can't say like your house because it is your house. Thank you, Denise. And now here's another thing. Let me get this cracking first because it's getting late. My fire is rolling. I got the Lodge Sportsman Grill out here today, y'all. And I've been at work all day. I don't got to work tomorrow. I done chopped me up some wood and got in there. So y'all got to excuse me because your brother got a couple of New York strips I'm about to put on here because I got things going on for tomorrow. Got them all seasoned. I seasoned them boys up yesterday. them New York strips, and I'm soaking them in. I can call it Dale's seasoning. Dale's seasoning. If y'all know what Dale's is, New York strips popping off. Okay, get some of that juice on there. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna just put that back in, and I'm rocking the Bouge RV. This is the 30 quart. I'm rocking him today out here. Keep all my sippy sips cold, and it's plugged in the Bouge RV generator. I'm doing it. So this is real. Even though I'm in front of my house, even though I'm right in front of my house, when we leave, there is no different. So when you have an RV, or here, better yet, look, you need to have one of these. They cost, I don't know anymore, they cost like, they used to cost 30 bucks. Thank you, Seth Rogen. Say, I've been full-time in 96 Winnebago Adventure for over 10 years. I have all I need in my rig, and I can fire up the engine and peace out if I need. Hey, man, thank you for that. That's what I'm talking about. Because you don't know it until you actually live it, until you actually have it and you done it. But listen, you need this too. We keep these in our RV. We keep about 3 or 4 of these in our RV, and we keep 3 or 4 of them in our home. Because you never know. If this breaks down, you got to pick this little, don't get it too big. You want to be able to pick this up and go. This is going to keep the bugs off you. This is going to keep the rain off you, okay? I got a GPS. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a review on it, because I don't like doing reviews on GPSs because I don't trust them like that. I trust a compass, but I'll show you my GPS. This is a tent. This is just, I think this is like a 2-man, 3-man tent. I had it in other videos earlier this year, and they work. With the, go look at Bug Out Practice, prepping practice. And you see me and Lady Led stayed in our tent overnight. If we had a ball. We had a ball. So now remember I was telling you about keep your containers like this. Keep your containers like that. And I'm gonna show you why right now. Because I grabbed that meat. Now watch this. Watch this. You ain't gotta worry. Don't go wasting no water in your RV or nothing else. Look, got your hand soap. Water. Right there. Water. You only hit it a little bit at a time. Keep your hygiene together. Everybody's, oh, but that's not food gradable. Cut it out. There you go. Listen, when you living out here, and even if you're not living out here, you gotta use your head. Even when you're having fun and nothing is going on, you have to use your head. Because you gotta start calculating how much water you got. Where you gonna get water next time? All of that counts. You counting every drop of water. Because now what are you gonna drink? How are you gonna wash up? How are you gonna wash your hands? And even though you saw that beautiful shower in there, ain't nobody using that. Who gonna be standing in the shower? No, it's bird bath time. Now, if you done got real messed up, then yes, knock the shower out. But don't be in there all like talking about some zestfully clean. You're not fully clean unless you're no, not in here. No. And anybody that owns a doggone RV, no, you ain't rocking no shower like that. A shower is precious. And even when you look, I can use a shower all I want to, right? But when you own the RV or you're in the RV, you feel a sense of guilt for wasting so much water. Even when you know that you can, you still feel a sense of guilt. Or if you that selfish and you don't feel the guilt, right, use a baby wipe. If you that selfish and you don't feel the guilt, you know what you will feel? You will feel, damn, I gotta fill this tank back up. I better not use so much water. So even if you selfish, how much water you use is on your mind. Okay? Coast. The scent opens your eyes. Coast lather. Make you realize. Cause coast is the way to make you feel alive. Oh, I forgot I'm in my neighborhood. That commercial hit my head. Coast, feel alive with Coast. Don't start me with them. I'm tripping. I'm tired. I'm exhausted already. Yeah, there you go. Go find some river water. Wash up. Okay. Yeah, y'all, that song in your head now, all my 80 babies, 70 babies. Coast. He said that, did he? Coast. So this is what I'm telling you, okay? Everything that you do is a give and a take. There is no more free water, free energy, anything. And here's another thing. Once you own one of these, or even if you just rent one, you'll start realizing that energy, energy is a problem. Electricity is serious. I don't like when the kids run the water while brushing their teeth. No, they don't even need the water. You know, I didn't think of that till I got older. Why are you putting water on your toothbrush? Everybody do the little rinse the brush. For what? If you got your cap on and put it in a plastic bag, put the paste on it, get the brush in your teeth. When you're done, now rinse it. Other than that, really, that's my own opinion, okay? There is really no other reason to be using water while you're brushing your teeth. Do you use the Berkey water purifier with the camper? Ooh, you know what? We took it with us before, but we keep bottled water in here too. We took it with us, but I'm gonna show you something. Now, when I fill my tank up, I'm gonna take you around here with me, okay? So I can let me flip the script real quick before I go. Where are my clippers? Did I take them in the house with me? I think I did. I think I did. I think. All right, we ain't gonna worry about that at this very second. So, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you where you fill this water up, okay? You fill this water up over here. Got to pull out. That's didn't care about it until I actually seen it. So here's the deal. See you hook up right here? That's where your water hose goes, right here. If you got I'm buffering, okay. This is where your water hose goes when you hitting land water. This is where it is. You see, water's dripping down on me now from the AC. But that's where your water goes. And then, I'm freezing. Okay. I'm gonna put you over here. That's your generator that you need right there. I kind of figured that because now I'm by the other pod. Your generator is here. You got to maintain that. I'm gonna bring you closer. I know I'm a buffer for a second, okay? Hold on. That's like having two engines. You got to maintain that. Change your oil, give it a tune-up. You have to do everything to that. Okay? And make sure, always check your exhaust on your generator. You never want this to be compromised. This can kill you. I'm gonna do this way we can keep our keep our internet. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay. So, any questions? Cause it's a billion questions I just hope I got the answers for you. There is actually a billion questions. Led, I never comment this much, but I'm staying in my fifth wheel right now while my house is being renovated. While my kitchen and bathroom is being renovated, I set for a short term. That's what got me making a list for bugging in. There you go. There you go. You know the real deal. I'm gonna try to catch up with everything now. Okay. My tongs is in the refrigerator. I believe you too. You was on it. Whoever said it, thank you. Thank you. Let's flip the script real quick. Ooh. Put that one over there. Got that nice fire popping off over there. I got some hickory in there I done chopped down, y'all. That hickory doing his doggone thug thizzle. Let me close my flue, because I'm getting too much air. Thank you for that. So yeah, I got them New York strips rolling to the oldies. Thank you, Andale. Thank you, everybody. So any more questions before we go? Because I'm gonna go in here, because as you can see, it's movie night. I'm waiting on my baby to come down. Let me see. Oh my God, that lower gas mileage when you run the generator and drive the lower gas mileage when you run the generator and drive the RV, just cause the passengers want to plug in their charging brick for their mobile device. Well, that's why we get our solar devices. You get your solar generator, and everybody is plugging into the solar generators. You plug into your Bouge RV, you plug into your Blue Eddy AC 200P, you plug into things like that. That makes a big difference. Especially on a nice, cool day where you really don't need the AC on. Oh, that's everything. What movie y'all gonna watch? The Sugarcane Pimp. No, no. I was starting to watch Ricky Bobby. I ain't gonna say the name of the movie. Ricky Bobby. That's one of my favorite movies in the world. If you ain't first, you're last. How much water do you carry at a time for cooking and drinking? It depends on how many people I got coming with me. I try not to think of how much water I got in my tank. That's 50 gallons in my tank. I try to use things like that. And I tell everybody, I set up a station at every stop we make. Like if we stopping for a couple days, that's your wash station. Wash your hands at the wash station. All of that, you have to think about all of that. All right, mama, daughter, sister. You have to think about that stuff. Your wash stations. Don't be wasting your water. This is my last resort. Now, we use most of the water inside the RV, if we have to, for cooking and washing up. Other than that, can you run your RV with cellular power? I don't even understand what that means. Garden Love, how you doing, Garden Love? Good to see you, little mama. Say, Led, what do you think about tiny house that you can pull with a truck like a fifth wheel? I like them. I like them. The only reason that throws me back from a tiny house is because they have become so commercial. They cost a fortune. For the price of a tiny home, you could buy a mobile home. I haven't seen one. Every time I look at one, I'm like, they gotta be kidding on their price. You see me, Gigi. Solar. I have my solar power charger system on my RV. G Alexa, great question. I want to see what G Alexa said. Ask it again, G Alexa. Thank you, Maria R. What's the question, G Alexa? Where did you get the small grill? Online. That's an ideal water detergent container. Yes, yes. Don't just throw them away. Recycle, and they totally usable. I'm looking for what's her name? Maria's This live is lit. Thank you, Maria Jackson. Pool trailers are cheaper. Yes, they are cheaper. They are cheaper because it's just a trailer. But your a pool behind trailer will depreciate more than a class A or class C or class B. Oh, let me see. Route your way out beforehand. Map. Exactly. Exactly. Gypsy Noon. I'm looking for my friend that had the question again. I don't know what it was. Somebody led watch over 36 feet. They're talking CDL license. I had one. It ain't gonna be nothing for me to get it back. Now they need truck drivers so bad. Did you see they changed the law in a lot of states where all you got to go do is go reapply. You don't have to take the test again or anything, go back to school or nothing. So all I would have to do is just go get my endorsement back. If you want a tiny home, always call a local builder first. But for 15,000, see what I'm saying? That start to get ridiculous. For a little bitty house, that start getting ridiculous after a while. And Dale said, from G Alexa, what top 3 things you wish you knew before you got your first RV? Ooh, that is a good question. What top 3 things I wish I knew before I got my first RV? Oh boy. It's so many things. It's so many things. I wish Lady Leah was here because she's the list keeper. How much it costs, I'ma say is number one. How much it costs. Hey, how you doing tonight? All right. How much it costs to own, maintain, insure, um, gas. That's something you really, really want to look into because it will cost you. Oh, here's another one. Where are you gonna park it? Is it? Can you park it in your neighborhood? A lot of neighborhoods you can't. Right? That's another one. How much does it cost to store it at another place, which I never want to do. Thank you so much, Midas 100. I like your vibes for even just saying it. What do you think about a camera system for an RV? You mean the backup camera or all the way around? I promise you, all the way around camera system. I got cameras in here that I've put in here, but I really want a camera system all the way around for security. Cause you see some weird stuff at night when you see some weird stuff in the daytime when you go to one of these camping spots. Yeah, cameras. It's a camera poking out of every one of my windows at night. Betty said you don't like to use chemicals either. Amen to that. Do they have hybrid RVs? I have no idea. Will you B3 Outdoors said, will you buy bug out land to park your RV? Here's a question. I mean, here's something for that. I'm trying to answer this without answering it. If you have bug out land, the last thing you want to do is go telling everybody about it. Just saying. Especially now. What is bug out land? It's just somewhere you're going to take your RV or go, and if you have to get out, the land that you're going to be on to go get away from here. That'll be the last thing you want to do. You don't hear me talking about land and stuff, right? Let me see. Does she got a CB? Does Lady Leah have a CB? Uh, we have a CB, but she don't have one that's just hers. I mean, she got ooh, that thing looking good. It's about time to eat. Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake. That's me and Lady Leah. We shake and bake. Any other questions before we What do you think of the new Hyundai RV? I haven't seen them yet. What do you think of the new Hyundai RV? Thank you. Some things are not meant to be shared. And you know something? Amen. And I say this and I preach this. Some things don't belong on the internet. That's your own personal business, some things are, right? Some things belong to you, not the internet. Most military bases have RV storage and RV park. What's on the grill? Thank you, big dog. Um, two I don't want to overcook these squirrels in the trees throwing down nuts. Um, two New York strips. As a matter of fact, it's about time to run these in. Hold on. What do you think about the AC 120? I haven't had it yet, so I really can't comment on that. I'm gonna release the movie and just be like, if you wanna watch it, watch it, you know. It's not necessarily for information purposes at all. Are you coming out to California anytime soon? Do you know I have family in California? And if this wasn't going on right now, we were going to California. We was gonna go across the whole states. I got family in Sacramento. I got family in San Bernardino. I got family all up in there, and we was heading that way because we got family from here all the way over. Cargo van research boondocking. Would you call your RV? Would you call your RV off the grid? I don't know what that means. Would I call my RV off the grid? What does that mean? Janelle say you in Sacramento? I got family there. Can you attach your color panels to your RV, Mike? Oh, you mean solar panels? I don't listen. I really don't think that's smart. Following Joshua in the house. What's up, brother? Says San Bernardino. That's near your home for me. Man, listen, I got family all up in San Bernardino. If I wasn't on here, as a matter of fact, we gonna have to talk, my friend. I could tell you my real name and my real origins and everything else. You never know, man. You know, we might be family. You never know. It's a small world. Small world. Right now, Cali is not the move. Desert trying to supply millions of water. I understand, but like I said before all of this, I was just gonna go see my people. Let me see. Following Joshua says, "Oh man, bless you, brother. Bless you too, man. Yes, sir. Amen. Thank you, man. Thank you." Let me see. Flavor of the month said, "I love following. Folding panels are the best." I'm gonna say this, okay? And again, for my brother following Joshua, he knows firsthand that all of this stuff that people is doing is a game. It's a joke. Living out there and living it for real. All of them questions of, oh, that's non-food gradable and this. Nah, when you ain't got no choice. And listen, if this the only water you got, you better make it work and you better conserve it because this is all you got. There's no running to the big box stores every 5 seconds for a lot of people. When you in one of these RVs, it's just like living off grid. You got to calculate. See, you see me doing all this. This is glamping. This is glamping. This is not realistic, what I'm doing right now. When we hit just a camping site, things change dramatically. Now the calculations come in. How much water we got? Oh, we paid for the cheap site, so there is no water and there is no power on this site. Okay. Who running the water and for what? Every 5 seconds. Don't flush the toilet. Let it people pee 3 times first. All of that comes into play. While I'm sitting in front of my house, this is glamping. Okay, thank you, following Joshua. Yeah, man, I know you know. I know you know. Let me see. Are you going to add? Let me see. What type of kitchen tools do you use in your RV? It's no different. Listen, the tools that you eat with are no different than the ones I eat with in there. There is no special tools. Just because you in an RV, don't go down the RV aisle and pick up the RV forks. That is a sales scam, a sales pitch. Just go where you gonna normally get some forks and spoons at and put it. Come on, we going inside. I'm gonna grab these steaks. We going inside so I can really show you, okay? We gonna go in and I'm gonna hold on to y'all for a full whole 90 minutes. Might as well. So we can go in here and I can show you a couple things. Let me grab my juice and berries. All right, let's do this. We going in the house. Literally, we're going in the house. I'm gonna grab these steaks. This is about to get real hood, y'all. So please excuse me. All right, about to get real hood. Y'all know good and well this is how you do it at home. This ain't YouTube prettiness no more. This is reality. Grab them joints, bring them on in. Let me turn this around. Bring them on in. And bring you up here with me. I'm showing you the reality of this, how this works. The plates from the Bouge RV, put it on some paper plates. I got other kind of plates. Let me close the door. We in here now. All right, let's cut the crap. Let's do this. This is the reality of it right here. Okay? I'm gonna let these, I can just crank this up so y'all can see this. Okay? All of this, when you cut your water on, I'm wasting water right there. Your heat pump, you gotta cut your heater on to heat up your water. None of this is a joke. So I'm gonna just put this up here for now. First, I would like to, let me see. I don't know what she did with all the silverware. She probably took it in and washed it. So we'll just do this. Now here's some of my bug out stuff. I don't like eating with plastic, but sometimes you don't have a choice. This is the same stuff you get from the big box store. Knife, forks. Same old, same old. Okay. So we just gonna give this a little tasty taste and see if it's hitting on anything. Let me zoom you in real quick. If you don't eat meat, you might want to look away. I understand. I like mine medium well. Like that. Get out my nose. I like mine medium well. Medium well, not rare. Medium well. I'm a beast on the grill, y'all. I'm a beast. You hear me? That's so perfect. I don't even got words for that. So hold on. I'm gonna cut the air off because it's freezing in here. It's freezing. Okay. Any question? Goodness. So when we're in here, let me cut the TV. I should have just paused it. When we're in here, this is what we do. I go out, I cook. I bring the food in. She's preparing everything inside. Like whatever you're going to have for the side dish. Some not potato salad, but coleslaw or something. How do you keep the dishes from breaking or falling out of the cabinets. All of the cabinets have little certain devices in there where stuff just don't rattle around. And I'm going to show you something, what I do. I can't tell you what to do, but I don't just use any old kind of glasses, and that stuff be special. If you want to go around without breaking anything, when you on the road, drink out of a doggone jar. You don't care if it break, and they don't move around much. I promise. Matter of fact, they don't move around at all. Or you buy a bunch of stainless steel type cups because you can cook. You see, I cook with this. Cook with it, drink with it, and everything else, and it'll never break. You gotta kind of use your head. And matter of fact, look, when I get fancy, my friend Miss Craft got me this. I don't even have wine glasses. That's stainless steel. My friend Miss Craft got me that, got me hip, so I bought some more. So you got to use your head when you out here too, okay? And when I use real glass, it's really an occasion, a serious occasion. So you gotta be a little bit more. You gotta really use your head. Like my friend following Joshua, he lives off grid. Nobody's coming to save you. You got to constantly be aware of your surroundings and aware of everything that's going on, from everything you eat, everything you consume. When we eat something, that's food that's coming out of my supply here. And even though we're just camping, that's serious. You know, I can't just keep taking this big thing, running back and forth to go out to eat. We really rarely go out to eat when I got this. That's right, following Yatra. You feel, I know you know. I know you know. We cook in here. Because if I wanted to go back and forth to restaurants, I would have just stayed home. That's the biggest part of it. I would have just stayed at the house. Matter of fact, let me scoot this up a little bit. This way, because she said we get better Wi-Fi up here. She was testing our Wi-Fi. Hold on, let me get my... In my system, I just want you to know about it. Oh, you're in my system. Okay. All right, so I'll turn that on so you can see my head. There we go. Now we cooking with juices and berries. So, yeah, you constantly got a plan, because what about RV toilet paper? Is that necessary? If you plan on using that toilet in your cabin, yes, because normal toilet paper clogs up that tube. I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a real video. Me and Lady Led, I'm going to wait for her to come back, and we're going to do this again. And I promise you, yeah, please go over and subscribe to my brother following Joshua. Yes, please. There's a lot of things to think about. You got to use special toilet paper when it comes to flushing it down in this cabin toilet, because it will clog up your tube. The tube is the same size as your dryer hose, okay, that goes to your dryer that lets the air out. It don't take much, and it's rivets in it, just like in a dryer tube. That it takes a lot. It is so many tips and tricks I want to show you that'll save you time, save you money. What generator is in the RV? I had the Bouge RV and I left it outside at this very second. But usually I got the AC 200p. Here, there, everyone late. Okay. Gypsy Moon, you've repeated yourself long enough? Okay. I'm sorry that I missed your question, okay? I'm sorry that it's like 1,000 people in the room and I missed your question. I'm sorry, okay? I'm trying to help everybody. I can't just focus just on you, Gypsy Moon. If that's what you need, listen, there is Google, my friend. Okay? That's kind of being selfish, right? I mean, think about it, really? It's kind of being a little selfish. You want your answer question more than anybody else in the whole room? Uh, you, come on, come on now. You may be on the wrong channel for that. Those are the people that only worry about themselves. They're not worried about the other 1,000 people in the room. They just want their question answered. They don't care about nobody else. This ain't the Greenhouse Lounge isn't for people like that. I'm sorry. It's not at all. We're here together. And if you're not down for being here together, this definitely ain't the place where you want to hang out. Okay? I promise you that. This is not that kind of place. Don't even no. Who is that? Middlelands Manor. Don't even email me your question. Just go somewhere else and find it, okay? Because this ain't the kind of place for that. Yeah, I promise you, it's not. We're here to help each other, and the things that's going on right now, family. Everything that's going on right now. If you don't see this, and you're still using your mind that we've been forced to have right now, and you only thinking about yourself, you are bound to drizzle. You will be the first to lose with your selfishness. You will be the first to fail. And if you need a question answered that bad, and is that dire, you're doomed in the first place. You're asking a dude eating steaks on a grill, talking to 1,000 people, and it's just about you. You're doomed. You're doomed. That means it's something that you don't know that you need so bad, and you coming to a YouTuber to answer this dire question. And if you've been asking me the question for all this time, you could have been Googled it and got your answer weeks ago. I'm here for everybody, my friend, not just you. I would love to help you, but I can't just focus on just you. Do you cook with propane? I have propane for backup, but I really try not to use it. Hi, S. Furlough. This is a family here, okay? And I like to try to do my best to treat it as such. And in my family, in my house, I do not pick one kid and say, you my favorite, and I'm only going to pay attention to you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, following Joshua. Say, be grateful for his time and effort in helping him. And I'm just having a good time. But some people, they need real serious questions answered. Sometimes you got to take it into your own self and go do your own research. How about this? What if I would have gave you the wrong answer in the first place? Or the answer that you don't like? Because that's usually how this works. Some people ask a question and will get an answer that they don't like. Sherry said, and you were able to cut it with a plastic knife. Yeah, that's how buttery that boy is. Let me see. Ad Lib Farmer 73. My Bouge RV order is delivered almost complete. Just waiting on the fridge, and the generator was already at 80% charge. It does charge to self. I guess I could take this off now. No, it's still wet. Still wet. Still wet. There we go. Still wet. Do you buy if you buy used, look at the frame. Thank you. Who's saying that? Bronze Fox. Amen. You gotta get, if you're looking at a used RV, you got to get dirty. Take a mechanic with you if you have to. You got to go up under there. Look at that frame. I promise you, because if you get, I'm trying to remember. Back in the day, we was look at them. Ford frames rust out really bad on their vehicles and their RVs really bad. Hi, Led. Did you say you and Lady Led are doing an RV video? She's in a meeting right now that popped up and is very important to us, so she couldn't be with us. But we're both going to come back and redo it. As a matter of fact, we're going to be doing this, and we're going to be doing the real deal. The next one we have to do together, we're going to be gone. When we both do it, we just figured this out. We're going to be gone. We're going to be on the road, and you're going to see the real deal. Okay? And it's going to be me and her. Our anniversary coming up, so we're going to do the doggone thing. Let me see. Our Ford F-150 has a rusting frame. Listen, I love the way Fords look. I love them. Lord knows I love them. I love Mustangs and everything else. But every single Ford I've ever owned in my life, and trust me, I've owned a lot of them, they all rust, and they all rust in the exact same spots. I don't care what vehicle it is. They rust in the exact same spots every time. And not just that, but they don't just rust. They rust to a point where, yeah, you got to salvage this. I don't eat meat, but I will eat a rabbit, pheasant, or a squirrel. Buggy guy. Oh, okay. Let me see. Living in an RV is fun. It can be. It can be living in an RV is fun. I'm gonna tell you this because I've lived in one. It's fun, but reality is a beast. Okay, like while we truck back there trying to sleep, this is the worst. I'm gonna tell you a sound that I used to hate right here. Right here. Listen. Police. Worst sound in the world. Because you're trying to get some rest. You might have to work tomorrow, and the police is knocking at your door like, if you don't move, we got to give you a ticket. Okay? All of those stores where they wear pajamas at don't let you park in there, and it depends. They give and take, okay? They don't all let you park in their parking lot. That is a horrible sound in the middle of the night. Think about it. You wake up, you grab your protection, and then you hear police. Oh crap. Now you got to redo it. You're half naked, you're half asleep. It's the reality. It's fun living in it, but there's realities of it. Do you got enough food? Is your water pump working? How much water you got? The realities kick in, and that part ain't fun. How much gas do you got? Is your gas needle broke? Is your septic tank, your black tank full? All of that. I learned a lot the hard way. Yes, and it's scary. Let me see. Yeah, it depends on what. Yeah, it depends on which one you at, man. It really does. Hey, Frankie, how you doing? So how long will that sink run if you leave it on? Until the water runs out. And you got to remember something else. Thank you for that. That's a good question. Let me take you over, because I said I'm gonna just take you around with me, okay? The best I can without buffering. Let me put my steak in the microwave so you don't sit him in here. Stay hot. Okay, I just dropped my knife, right? Perfect example. I just dropped my knife. Now check this out. Not only do you cut your water on, and you got 50 gallons of water, and if you think that's a lot, that ain't crap. You got 50 gallons of water, all right? This is what happens. Not only are you wasting your water with washing your dishes, you also have to think about there's an electric water pump that runs. Here it is here. I'm going to show you over here. This little light right here. See this red light? That's a button. Let me cut the light on over here so you can see a little better. That's my water pump. And right now it is on. That means I am consuming power. So you're using your power. If my generator ain't on, it's running off of my cabin battery. This draining my battery. So every time I cut this water on, let's do it. You will hear it kick in. Listen. Don't listen to the water. Listen to the pump. Listen. Hear it. Is it brrrr? You hear it? Listen again. Hear it? That means you're using electricity. You're draining your car battery. So every time you want to get a drink, you wash your hands, you flush the toilet, that pump comes on. So you're not just wasting water, you're wasting energy, you're wasting power. Okay? You gotta think about that stuff. You gotta think about it. And here's another thing, you also gotta make sure if you want hot water, if you want hot water, you're talking about now your water heater tank got to heat up from inside of your under your cabin. How much energy does it take to use a normal little heater on your generator, right? Think about that. On your solar generator, double that to heat up your water, because it's a real true to life water heater tank in here behind this wall. So you're heating up the hot water, wasting power, wasting energy, just so you can wash up without using cold water. All of that comes into play. Everything comes into play. But you know what? Sometimes hand sanitizer won't cut it, and you truly do got to wash your hands. Use cold water. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the reality. It's not comfortable. Everything you do when you out here ain't comfortable. When we lived in this, it wasn't always comfortable. Some days we would sit on the outside half the day in the heat because you get cabin fever in this little mug. It look huge, but you do get cabin fever. And you need to be out there, fresh air, looking at the trees and stuff move. Okay, can't wait to store energy to wash. Yes. So you gotta think about all of that stuff. Tony says, right. You need to wash your hands if you get mud on your hands. You don't want hand sanitizer, right? And you don't even want to waste your hand sanitizer. See how easy that is to say? If you have hand sanitizer, how much do you have? That's the question that people today don't ask themselves because they so used to, hey, we all out, put it on a list, have Uber drop it off, right? Or have the grocery store drop it off, or go to the grocery store and pick some up. When you out here, what you have is it. Because everything costs time, it costs money, and it costs energy. If I run out of soap, if I run out of hand sanitizer, run out of water, I gotta crank up this whole big monster. I don't care if you got a pool behind. You gotta get up, crank up your vehicle, waste gas money to go however far to go get hand sanitizer, soap, and water. So every step you make, you're losing money, time, energy. You got to constantly think about that. Everything ain't in a stone's throw, skip away. Everything ain't. My friend following Joshua is out and off grid. He just can't just go and just run to the grocery store and be there in 5 minutes. They have to literally think about, okay, when they have to make a grocery list for all of their necessities, if they have to go, they got to think about that. That's not just something, oh, yeah, we out of coffee. No, they have to sit and think, do we really even need that? How much money is that going to take away from us and what we are doing and trying to accomplish? How much energy and gas and fuel is it going to take? Gas prices are going up. Everything is a constant calculation when you living out here. Again, I'm sitting in front of my home, but when I'm out on the road just camping, it's still, you're constantly calculating. So when you're really living that off-grid life for real, because there's a lot of people out here talk about they self-reliant. That's a joke. I said it years ago, and I'm going to say it again. That is a joke. It's very, following Joshua just said it, it's very few people that can pull that off. Even if you are self-reliant, you still got to trade and barter. So are you really self-reliant? Years ago, some guy was busting my balls about that, and I tried to explain it. That ain't what I mean that you can't be self-sufficient. What I meant is You're not Rambo. You're not going to defeat a whole army by yourself. That's nonsense. When you out here for real, you're going to need people to help you. You're going to need, look, you could grow all the food in the world. What if you need some water or you don't got water on your land? You're going to have to trade somebody water for food. When I said wine, that's a bartering tool. You can make wine anywhere. You don't have to just store it, you can make it. Everything is now bartering. That's what I meant by that. Right? You can't do this by yourself. Everything you do is a calculated step. You just don't wake up in the morning, go outside. See, I got all the lights and stuff on in here, wasting power. That don't happen when we camping. Even if I got my solar power generator hooked up. Rainwater. That sounds easy, but you better have yourself. Where you gonna keep your 50-gallon water tank to collect your water in something like this? Right? I know it's possible, but every little piece of space, let me show you, let me take you again, okay? Every little piece of space that you have in whatever dwelling you end up with, whether you build your own home, I'm buffering, right, it's about bartering. Every piece of space in your home or your dwelling is important. What all do you put in there? Do I put all of those solar generators and fill up my storage room? How many clothes do you actually need? Why do you need them? What kind of shoes should you really be wearing? All of that I would never have these flip-flops if I'm traveling. This would just be something for bedroom slippers. I would not have those in here in real life because you might have to do some walking. I told y'all on our way to South Carolina, we broke down and we lived at that big grocery store for a week. It wasn't fun. And I had a lot of walking to do to go get parts to get it fixed. So you got to ask yourself, they're not just for looks. Just like your home, imagine how much stuff do you need to survive, to live? How much stuff do you actually need? You got a lot of thinking to do because you're going to start whittling off stuff real quick. Do I need 4 bicycles? No. Do I need all these fancy dishes? No. Do I need this, that, and 4 or 5 cars? No. You got to really use your head when you out here and you get an RV. Everything matters. Everything you do matters. Everything you choose matters. For instance, here go my storage in here. I hope I don't buffer too bad. Here go my storage, right? None of this stuff is usually in here. If I had to live in my other one, there's another toilet right there. A little now that wagon, right? That fold-up wagon, that'll work. That vacuum cleaner would have to go. All of that type stuff. But all here, look, if you can see this anyway. In here is, you can't hardly see it, but a lot of my survival gear is in this cabinet. Yeah, you can't see that at all. Survival gear, your tools, because if you break down, you don't know where you're going to break down. We've broken down in the middle of nowhere. Ain't nobody took all. You better have some skills about yourself too. If your skill set is weak, that's your outcome. If you don't have a skill set about you, you do not know how to use tools, you do not know how to work your way around some screws and bolts and nails and hammers, you ain't gonna make it. I'm being realistic. I know it sounds horrible. If you don't know that stuff, you need to learn it, especially now. So owning an RV, if you're glamping and having fun, it's fun. But that ain't why I bought mine. Don't get me wrong, I do have fun with it. But I also know the truth that if I have to do all that stuff over again like we did years ago, I'm ready. And that's the things that I keep in my RV. Don't let this little nice interior fool you. Okay? It's ready for war. Any questions? I'm sorry, I got a little emotional. little bit of the old me came out because I was thinking Just start thinking about how we was. Let me see. Doing what we who is that? Yandi DR says doing what we do on the Shabbat, chilling. Shabbat Shalom, Rocket family, following Yahshua. Okay, they hollering at you, my friend. Uh, Barry, you have to think about whether you can live without your creature comforts or not. That's reality of this. Be ready to give up all those things. Amen. I can't say it enough. The way we've all been brought up, especially in this generation, we spoil brats. We're spoiled. In case of a bug out, which solar panels and power systems would you take with you? Did you see my Bouger V fold up panels? I would not take any hard panels with me except for that HQST little 50-watt panel. Let me show you something. Hope that answered the question. Your fold up panels is ready to rock. That's what I got those for. Other than that, if I'm just at home, I'm just using my rigid panels. Fold up panels, that's all that's for. I would never set them up outside for all day no more ever again. That's ridiculous. Natasha said breaking down is a bad feeling. Amen to that. You ain't got to tell me. Homestead engineering, why 70% camping, 20% bug out, and 10% cash out of the bank into hard asset that won't. I don't know what that meant, homestead engineering. I don't know what that means. For internet, would we a boost work on an RV? If you talking about for fun, I don't know. It just depends on where you are. I don't use the internet when I'm out. I use my cell phone if I'm getting good reception on that. Let me back up. When we go camping and we use this, most of the time, if my mom is here, she's probably the only one watching TV. Everybody is outside living, having a good time outdoors because my mom is older and she don't get around as much, so that's all. She loves that. If you wanted to sit down and watch TV all night, you could have stayed home, saved gas, energy, money. When you go camping, if you plan on just watching TV, stay home. That's my advice, and I know that's being very opinionated, but honestly, that's my word. If you plan on just staying on your cell phone or your iPad and watching television, just stay home. This is a time where we all come together and talk to each other, asking each other who you are now, because when you in your house, you don't know, because everybody is off going to work, going to school, studying, making everything better for your life. When you got a little time like this is when you want to ask your kids, your son, like, man, who the hell are you? Man, I remember you grew 2 feet since the last time I had a vacation. This is the time where you find out what's bugging you. Like, for instance, me and Lady Led, you think this is always peaches and cream because we smiling and laughing and stuff? We're married. We've been married for 30 years. Listen, we got our ups and downs too. In times like this, it's times where you might be sitting next to somebody cuddled up and they say, you know, I really don't like when you do that. What? I've been doing this for 20 years. Yeah, I know. And I thought today at the vacation, at the camp, don't do that no more. You understand? This is the time to really get stuff off your chest and know. You find out, damn, I didn't know my wife don't like me to touch her like that. I didn't know that my son wanted to do this and he wanted to aspire to do. I didn't know that my daughter could paint like Picasso or the Happy Painter. You understand? Those are times when you take time out of your family life, reality kicks in. This is time to do a reality check. If you plan on watching TV, stay home. It's cheaper. I know that was very opinionated, but that's how I feel, and I mean it. If you're going to just stay to the house. It's cheaper. Because nothing is worse than your son over here on the video game, your wife back there painting her toenails, you out here watching Talladega Nights, your mom over here. We all could have stayed home and did this in separate rooms, right? Why do we spend all this money? So I don't want to keep y'all too much longer. I'm having a good time and I ain't got to work tomorrow, so I'm just like, man, I don't know. This is one of them long ones. I'm sorry about that. Karen Lauder, no, learn by books and making a way for my family to survive since now they're grown and know how. Amen. No, that's the truth. No, Led, you are right. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, you should know your family, because let me tell you something else about that. This is also the time to really think about, listen, stuff is getting tight. Things are getting weird, right? It's time to really start having real conversations with your family on how are we going to protect ourselves? How are we going to manage ourselves? What is our plans? What if this happened to me? This is what I want you to do. All of those conversations need to be talked about. And this is the time to have those. Right? And that's what we do. I need to know, hey, I don't like those. I don't want to pull the trigger on that. You the last one I want to watch me at night then. Thank you, LGNLA. Say this was a great lead as usual. Miss Lady led. Yes, but she's in a very important meeting that's really going to change the game for us. So this is a good thing. Trailers are also a good opinion. Yes, actually, I was trying to get a trailer to pull my Jeep behind it. And think about this. If you're pulling behind a vehicle, your vehicle can be used as storage as well. So I was going to get an enclosed trailer, but I got a trailer. And having a trailer when you gone is a hassle. So if anything, I'll be pulling my vehicle behind because you can use that as storage as well, and your second bug out vehicle. It's hard to find the trailer that I'm looking for. I don't like those little levers. I'm looking for the dolly that you ride your car up on. They're hard to find right now because everybody live in these. Let me see. Big facts, because tomorrow is not promised and things need to be said and figured out. Amen to that. Does the Bouge RV fold-up solar panels work well with the Blue Eddy AC200? Yes, but it's not enough power. You'll need several of them. Someday we may have to do laundry in a room. We will. But I got something I'm going to show y'all. I wanted to show y'all today, but I guess that's going to have to wait till Lady Led is here. Speaking of washing clothes. Thank you for that. I'm going to mention one thing, and I'm not going to show it to you yet. When you're out living in here, one of your biggest problems is washing your clothes, because now you're out in the elements and everything ain't as convenient as in your house. You have to wash your clothes. How are you going to? I'm not going to show you yet. She told me not to show you. You got to wash your clothes. You get real funky real quick when you out here, living out here. I don't care how you washed up, because you ain't washing up properly. You bird bathing it. You get a little funkier, a little bit faster. Your clothes get a little bit dirtier, a little bit quicker. No, a little bit dirtier, a lot quicker. Because you're really out here doing it. Okay? So, all that dusting your Jordans off every 5 seconds, that's over. That goes to the wayside. One of the biggest problems is When you see me in these camping videos, I'm gonna put it up. It's long, okay? I'm just telling you. My whole family here. When you see me in this video, you'll be like, dang, Led don't never change his clothes. Yeah. You just don't be going through your wardrobe. Where you gonna put it at? When it's 10 people in here. Number one, no, it ain't being nasty. It's being real. You take that shirt off, you go back there and get you a 5-gallon bucket and get the washing and hang him out. You're gonna see me in those videos in my pajamas and a couple of Lead Farmer shirts. You ain't flip flopping like, oh, I'm matching my shorts today. You're gonna see me in a lot of pajamas. You'll see. If you ever have to do this for real, you gonna know like this ain't no joke. Matter of fact, I can tell you this. It's a lot of military personnel probably watching me right now that understand when you out here, you gonna be stinking. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Get used to it. Embrace the funk. That's a nice song. I need to make a song. Embrace the funk. Because all of that cutesy pootsy crap and putting on deodorant every 5 seconds, man, that's nice. But you got two problems with that. Number one, deodorant and perfumes and stuff cost a lot of money. Number two, you better start growing some rose petals and stuff to kind of take the place of that, because that stuff costs money. Start growing some rose petals and some other things that you can rub on your skin. Number two, if you hunting for your food, you can't be using deodorants and perfumes and colognes anyway. You're going to scare away everything in a doggone 30-mile radius. You hunting and looking for food, man, don't get me started. Y'all ask me how I know. Embrace the funk. Sometimes you gonna be like, whoo, that's warm. Don't sit on the couch. You think I'm kidding? Don't sit on the couch. You know what you know how you smell. Go and sit on the floor with the kids. Sit on the floor with the kids. Sit on down there with the children eating ramen noodles. The couch ain't for you right now. Embrace the funk. You know you've been out there working in the yard. You know you've been out there cranking and wrenching on your engine, messing with the gasoline because you ain't getting good gas mileage. You checking the fuel line. You smell like diesel. Yeah, sit on the floor with the children while they eat their cereal. The couch ain't for you. The recliner is not for you. Okay? So some of the fun is really getting back to nature, getting back to the world, how we supposed to be. I ain't saying be gross, okay? I ain't saying be nasty. I'm saying the way we pamper ourselves now with all these chemicals and products and all that garbage we put on our skin and everything else, everybody, that's almost a walking curse, a living curse to us. You want to know something? Well, I see a lot of children, a lot of middle-aged people, and a lot of older people actually with bad skin, terrible skin, terrible feet. You know why? Because we've been putting crap on our skin and body and hair for generations. But everybody in here, I don't care how old you are, your grandmama didn't have no jacked up skin. Your grandmama didn't. Because your grandmama was using old fish grease. After she done cooked that catfish fish grease, get done cooking those pork chops, she get that lard. Her skin was beautiful. Her hair was beautiful. She didn't cake all that crap on her. You see little kids these days, young teenagers, with all that makeup and stuff caked on them. Brothers put all this stuff in their hair. And then they be wondering why they got bad skin. So what do? They go buy more products to put on their skin to make their skin not bumpy and cracked up. But they keep slapping the goo in their hair. You a walking time bomb. Right? There was a movie. I'm telling my age now, okay? There was a movie back in either the early 80s or late 70s. It was called The Incredible Shrinking Woman. Anybody remember that movie? The Incredible Shrinking Woman. Does anybody remember that movie? If you have never seen The Incredible Shrinking Woman, that'll be a wonderful movie for you to watch right now because it has everything to do with how we living right now. And that was 40, almost 50 years ago. The Incredible Shrinking Woman. You know why the woman? I'm just spoiler alert. So if you don't want to hear it, right with Lily Tomlin, right. If you don't want to hear it, spoiler alert. So turn the volume down. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. How she shrank was because she was buying and using every kind of product that they was selling her and giving her, eating all kind of crap, garbage food. All those chemicals end up getting in her body and mixing with each other, and the woman ended up shrinking. It was a funny comedy, but it's, you know what? It was almost like life depicting art, right? Because that's what we living through right now. We got every ailment. Of course, nobody is shrinking, but we have every ailment on the planet with our bodies and every problem with our spirit because we worship chemicals. And then what do they do to go fix the problem? Give you some more chemicals for you to ingest to fix the problem that you got from using the other chemicals. So, excellent movie. If you've never seen it, please go check it out. It's a movie you can watch with your kids, your whole family. It's funny, but it's so educational and it has a huge message in it, even 45 years later. You know what I'm saying? So, just saying, wonderful movie. Whole family can watch it. You ain't got to make your babies leave or nothing. They can all watch with you. Let me say, it's backwards. We're getting bigger, not smaller, and everybody wonder why. So when we living like this, and my friends is living out there off grid, you come into a reality that most people cannot handle. Most people, you won't understand. The people that ask me some of the questions they ask me, sometimes I'll be like, wow. Like the little girl earlier that kind of set me to the side a minute. That she needed her question answered so bad. She's doomed. People like that is doomed. There's no way in hell you could live like this. Let alone off grid in a cabin that you built or in a cabin and land, harvesting food, getting up every day. Your job is to garden. Your job is to grow food. Your job is to find water. Your job is to hunt every single day. There is no sleeping in. Every blue moon, yeah, you want a little fun, but that is limited. Every single day, your job is to figure out what's our next move. What's our next move, honey? I don't know. Let me give me a second or two. Well, you better hurry up because we ain't got too many seconds left. What are we doing next? How are we going to eat? How are we going to get food? How are we going to get the battery charged up? All of that comes into play. And I promise you, living off grid is a whole nother ball game. But you can even start to get a little taste of what people like my friend following Joshua. You'll get a little taste of what he is going through if you just go camping. Go camping in a tent. You don't got to have no RV. Get you a tent. I don't care how big it is. Season yourself first. So rent a spot at any campground with power on it. Power and water. If you think you did a good job doing that in a tent with power and water, now go in a tent with no power, no water. And watch how that works out for you. Do that for a week. Go camping. I forget what they call it. I forget what they call it when there's no power and no water. The blackout lots or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But go out on those lots where there's no power, there is no water. Rough, roughing it is a normal saying, but dry camping, dry camping. Go pick a dry camping lot. You pick a dry camping lot, things get a little primal real quick. How are you going to start this fire? You don't got long. You need to, they're not playing with you. Good luck. When you rented that place, when you want to pack up and say, I can't do this anymore, you ain't getting no return. That's over. So imagine yourself dry camping and you can't take it no more. It's been raining for 4 days. Your tent is starting to leak. We've been through this a billion times. I promise you. I wish Lady Leah was in here. Your tent is starting to leak. So now part of your job or your fun, yeah, boondocking. That's the other word, boondocking. Boondocking, dry camping, yes. Is who turn is it to sop up this water and go out in the rain and wring out the towel? Who turn is it to keep watching the water? Because you got to sleep in that. Somebody going to end up rolling over in that water. Say, I'm camping right now, Cape Cod in a tent. I know what you're talking about. Hey, see? I can't make this up. I done it. Did you forget to waterproof your tent? That waterproof crap only, listen, that waterproof spray crap only lasts so long. That's for light rains or it's going to rain for a day. That stuff does not, listen, it washes off like anything else. Let it rain for 4 days. And mind you, wherever you camping at, if it's humid, like you camping by the beach, like we like to camp by Myrtle Beach, where it's totally humid, if you wash your clothes, they'll never get dry. Ever. Ever. You can leave them out. As a matter of fact, if you put some dry clothes out on the line outside, they're going to get wet. That's how humid it is when you camping in Myrtle Beach by the ocean. Okay. Let me stop, because I was gonna go all the way in. You got a lot of stuff to think about. Your bed has to be up high. Those bugs will tear you up. You got to worry about insects. Thank you for that. You got to worry about pests. This ain't like home. You just grab some Raid and go at it. You really have to go all the way in. Like when you eating, ain't no you just eating anywhere. You better eat at a designated spot. You better eat at a designated spot so you know exactly where to clean up your mess. If you walking around the whole house like you do every day, eating the donuts and chips and a sandwich, you dropping crumbs, every little minute crumb, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem. You just brought your tent or your entire RV into their home. They're looking for food and you got it. Even the smallest crumb is a feast to a colony of ants. And you'll never get rid of them once you got them. Say bears take trash cans daily around here. Hey, see? Ooh. Disabilities and camping is hard as heck, but I do not know how to give up. You shouldn't. And you shouldn't. If this is for EMP, you need a vent. No, if EMP happened, you need to pray. That's all I can say. How long is your RV? Do you find it easy to drive? It is 34 feet, and I promise you, it's as easy as driving a car. But it's so easy to drive that you forget you're driving a freaking house. So you gotta constantly think about that. I'm not talking about EMPs, okay? We might as well start talking about volcanoes too. I don't like talking about that. Um, you forget how long this is, so you gotta watch how you turn, where you turn. You can't bust no U-turns. You better pay attention to, is this our turn? Because if you miss your turn, you might have to drive 5, 10 miles up the road to catch the next exit to turn around on the overpass and come back down. If you in the city, you just can't pull this in your restaurant. If you in the city, you just can't pull this in front in any big box store because you want to go in there and grab some grapes. You got to park all the way out and walk all the way 100 yards up to the store. Okay? It's not, you have to think about, like I told you, like Tupac said, every move is a calculated step. Everything you do, you have to think about it. Everything you do, you can't say, "Hey, let's everybody hungry? What you want? Cheeseburger, hot dog, well, large fry, right? Right? No, no. You better send the messengers. If you got your car with you, or you brought your motorcycle with you, or you got bicycles, you send a couple of messengers. Just like if you're in real life and you really are in survival mode, you don't send the whole party to go handle some business. You send a couple, one or two of the most trusted ones, your treasurers, to go handle that business. Then you leave some guards home to protect the homestead. Everybody don't leave. If it's a cheeseburger run, who going to do it? Right? It's a lot simpler that way, a lot safer, because every time you take this out, you got to think about the reality of, it's always the potential of having an accident. Yes, you have regular old car accidents in these too. Because you want to hear something that I'm constantly watching out for? This is crazy, but it's true. I'm constantly watching out for people crashing into me. Not me crashing into other people, people crashing into me. You want to know why? Because nothing is crazier than riding down the road. Thank you, Car Media. Say, can you please talk about prepping in city apartment? What do you do? We've talked about that, I think it was yesterday. Listen, nothing is crazier than you driving down the road and people are staring at you up through these windows. They stop watching the road and will literally be coming up into you, close to you. You got to hit the horn like, yo, what is you doing? I constantly do that. Like, "Brr, brr, brr, brr. What are you doing?" The kids is waving. "Hey, can you blow the horn?" Yeah, I don't have one of those. Wrong kind of vehicle. Sir, brr, 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 brr. What are you doing? Oh, sorry. Because think about this. Think. They can see my whole family in these windows, right? So my family in here having a good time and partying and having a good time. That is amazing to look at if you down in a little car and seeing people in here partying, eating up, dancing, and you see the driver here like I'm the dang on chauffeur. That is a trip to look at. And you know how I know? Because every time I'm next to an RV or a semi, I'm looking up like this, like a dummy, like, "Hey, look at that." And I'm about to crash into them. You know how many times a tractor trailer runs over somebody with their trailer wheels just because somebody was looking so hard that they just when you turn this way, your hands got a natural instinct to do this. When you turn this way, your hands got a natural instinct to do that. That's why that dance is so easy. It's natural. Okay? Just like in your car, right? Made a dance out of that. So do you need a chauffeur license? No, you don't need anything. And depending on what kind of RV you get now, okay? So don't quote me on that. You don't need one for this 34-footer. They used to have you needed a license for if you got the 2 tandem wheels on the back. I don't think you have to do that anymore though. But you used to have a license for that. The city is one of the greatest deceptions. Yeah. but you got to make it do what it do. You got to do your best thing you can. Because I always think like this: if everybody moved off grid would become the city. If everybody went and moved off grid like we're supposed to, right? The off grid, the wilderness would become the city, and the city would become the wilderness. Let's stop with the EMP talk, okay? Let's stop with that one. I'm gonna move that one out the way, okay? Oh, I think I already did. Okay, let's let that EMP stuff go. To me, that EMP talk is nonsense. When you start talking about EMPs, that's utter nonsense, because if it happens, you're just doomed. You in a world of hurt. Does Lady Lead insist on taking the wheel? No, she really enjoys letting. She won't do it. She can. Matter of fact, the very first RV we bought, she drove it home, because at the time I was in a little legal crunch, we gonna call it, where I couldn't quite drive. She drove our first 34-footer home herself. She had never drove nothing that big in her life. She was whipping, she was gripping the grain, something fierce. So she can do it. She just loves just being back here, going to get something to eat, go to the back, lay down, come up here, hang out with me. You know, yeah, Lady Lead's a beast. Thank you, 123. Let me see. Yeah, she is a boss, Gigi. Well, you like a boss too. Y'all know good and well when you have to, you got to get crunk. Leg, can I can't get those steaks out of my mind. What else you cooking with it? She was supposed to have me some coleslaw in there, but I'm telling you, she in a meeting, so you can't get them steaks out of your mind. I wish I could send you a piece. They tender as butter. I let them marinate for a day and a half in that Dale seasoning, and I put some pink sea salt over them junks, some crushed red pepper. I don't like a whole bunch of nonsense on my food. Crushed fresh black pepper, a pinch of red pepper, some onions, some real chopped red onions, and that Dale seasoning. Let that sit for a day and a half. Watch what happens. Butter. A New York strip is cheaper than a ribeye. Ribeye is my favorite. But you can make a New York strip taste and texture just like a ribeye if you do what I just told you to do. True story. I promise you that. Make sure that your marbling is tight. You got a nice marbling in there. The rest, do it exactly what I just told you. Watch what happens. Solar or gas generator, both. Hit it with some Accent or Mrs. Dash. I don't even need that. Do you have solar panels on the RV roof? No, I think that's ridiculous. Let me go in on that. I'm not going to say it's ridiculous for everybody. It's ridiculous for me, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to show you why, actually. I can show you better than I can tell you. Another tour. Because you see this? This is one of my vents. This is one of the vents here. Okay. Every time you got rings around it like this, okay? Every time you got something like that, there is the potential of a leak. Every time there is, over top of this microwave in this oven, there is a hood, a vent. Up there, it has the potential of leaking. Everywhere that there's a hole on top of this RV is a potential for a leak. Your RV is not built like your home. Your home can deal with a little bit of leaking and you can fix it very easily. In an RV, if things start leaking and buckling, you got a lot of, all RVs are made with a lot of plywood. You do not want leaks. And just for solar power, while you riding up and down the street, I don't care what kind of solar panel you got, though it's not aerodynamic. So there is a slight um shake on it, no matter what. Vibration. That vibration loosens screws going up through this. This ain't all steel. This is fiberglass and plywood. Okay? I got a mosquito. Got you, sucker. This is fiberglass and plywood. Even if you use silicone, silicone is steel. If you keep vibrating something long enough, it's going to loosen up and you're going to get a leak. Your panel might not fly off, but that's another unnecessary problem that you got to, now you rolling down the road, either your panel flew off. Look at all the YouTube videos on people's where they panels flew off while they was in the middle of the desert. Look at that, number one. Number two, or your roof start leaking. Now you got a big mess. It's raining, because listen, you don't know it's leaking until it's raining, right? So once you find out that your roof is leaking, like on Scary Movie, your TV's leaking. You don't find out that your RV is leaking until it's raining. So what do you got to do now? Get your butt out there on the roof in the rain to figure out where the leak is coming from. It's not worth it. It might be thundering and lightning, and if it's thundering and lightning, you ain't going out there. Number two, you shouldn't be going up there on no wet roof anyway. This thing is like 25 feet high. No, not 20 foot, like 19 or something like that. You'll fall off the doggone rooftop. Slip and fall and break your doggone neck because you wanted to have panels on top of your roof. Look, and here's the more practical part. The sun ain't always right over top of you. The sun might be over there. The sun might be over there. You still ain't gonna, you can have as many panels on your roof as you want. You ain't gonna get optimal sunlight anyway, all the time on your roof. Just do this. That's why I told you, you need to be planning at all times. Every move you make is calculated. Like number one, okay, we need to start powering up the solar generators because we're about to leave. So put out the panels. Everybody get the panels and put them out. Aim them at the sun and do as much powering of your solar generators as you can. And always have a gas generator. I don't care what, I know it's a lot of good new technology. You still keep a gas generator with you. Because your gas generator can power up your solar generator. Okay? In a pinch. So while you powering your RV with your gas generator, you can also be powering up your solar generator. You see how this works? So trust and believe. You don't want that expense, and it's dangerous to keep getting on top of your RV for no reason. And you gotta, your roof gotta wait. Let me cut. Oh, it cut itself out. Weight requirements and everything else, man. You up there walking around and stuff like you don't work that way. As you walk, you denting stuff in, and you might be causing more damage just being up there. I don't care if you're a little person or a big person. You might be causing more damage just being up there. So I need a list of things to do to get. Do you have a list somewhere? Things to get for what? Let me see. I talk people out of Womanati say I talk people out of panels and skylights on their home. I don't care how good the installation is. It will leak eventually. It will leak eventually. Let me tell you something. I love sunroofs. I love my Jeep. I don't care how new it is. I don't care how nice it is. I don't care if you own a Corvette. I don't care what it is. If your top can come off or your sunroof can open, it is going to leak and cause damage. If you paid a lot of money for the car, like a Corvette, it's going to leak on those expensive seats, and that's going to depreciate even worse. It's going to start smelling like old taco meat in there because the rug stays soggy and wet. Anything I can do to prevent that, sunroofs is nice, but trust me, is it worth it though? No, not to me. And they'll say nothing extra on the roof. It always messes up eventually. Every single time. Yes, just funky. T-tops stay leaking. Amen. Those T-tops, you talking about some funk. Let me see, just in the background listening. Hey, Lead Farmer. So I'm wondering, what about one of those? What? There are so many panels and generators. What kind? You got to pick the right one for you. That's a personal choice. Yes, my sunroof is leaking now in my car and it leaves. You know what? I just found out I got a leak in my Jeep. I got to go up there and figure out what's going on up there. I took off to go to work the other day and water just went all down my arm. Came in looking like I just punched a fishbowl. Let me see. I have been converting a schoolie up here in New York. How long have you been doing that? Melinda say, speaking true, fluff aesthetics will get you every time, every single time, every time. Let me see. Did not think about that when I bought a car with a moonroof. Had my car for 5 years. Praise God, no leaks. Oh, you shouldn't have said nothing. You shouldn't have said nothing at all. Let's see. Choosing a power generator will require you to find out what you're trying to power. Thank you, my brother. I just got that, Eco. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm doing my best, man. Let me see. Yeah, some of this stuff gets personal. You got to know what you need. Thank you so much, Nicole. Says so much wisdom and knowledge. Thank you for all that you do. I'm learning a lot. Thank you. So from Ohio, you from home. Oh, yeah, right. You from Toledo. Oh, what did I do? I hope I didn't cancel nobody out. Let me see. I've never had an issue with my Jeep's hard top, soft top. I might just need to go up there and clean the crud out of it because I ain't had my tops off all year. Sometimes my little line gets clogged to Mercedes. Yeah, that happens too. That's why I say I got to take my top off my Jeep and go up there and clean the crud out. Do bunk houses in an RV support? Do bunk houses in RV support a lot of weight? Bunk houses. I don't understand what that means. What's a bunk house in an RV? No solar panels or anything around here. We got golf ball and baseball size hail. Oh, let me tell you something, man. Who just said that? That's another reason for putting your panels on your roof. If it start hailing, your panels is toast. Meaning bunk bed. It depends on what kind of RV you got, and everything got a weight limit to it. You just got to read your manual on your RV. For instance, this right here turns into a bed, right? The kitchen nook. That table lays between these two chairs. You put these pillows across it, it's a bed. My son, little Led, is a little dude. He's tall, but he's little. That thing, we put milk crates under that just to make sure, because it's a piece on there. And all the boy was doing was sleep. Let me see. I can't remember where it is, but I think this is it. Let me see. No, it's something on here where I was like, hey, don't sit there no more till Daddy figures something out. Now this big baby here, This, my sister and both of my sisters and my nephew slept on this. You just pull this out just like this is like a futon. This is a futon right here. I ain't gonna pull it out. But that whole thing let out into a full-size bed. All these chairs up here recline back and lay all the way back. So those hold a lot of weight. But it's that kitchen nook thing. That's a tricky one. Now the bed back there, that can do it. That can do it right there. The bedroom back, yeah. He can handle a lot of weight fluctuations. Miss something. Do you have a hard time driving it? It's like driving your car. I just explained that, but it's like driving your car. You just got to remember you got another doggone 30-something feet behind you. That's all. The Lodge Sportsman Grill, yes, it is awesome. You always got to remember. Imagine this. Imagine this. You're up here driving. Okay. This is what I see when I'm driving. I just want to give you my point of view for a hot second. Now, we got the blinds pulled down, of course. But I want you to see exactly what I see. I want to put you, what is it, POV? I want to show you exactly what I'm looking at when I'm driving. Hold on. Give me 2 ticks. I don't know which one is hers, which one is mine. Okay, mine is behind. Hold on, because this is sweet. This is actually one of my favorite parts. It's scary, but it's one of my favorite parts. This is what I'm looking at while I'm driving. Okay? This is what I'm looking at. All of this. This is what I'm looking at. This is what's behind me. Okay? So while I'm driving, I have 34 feet. You go outside and walk 34 feet behind me. What you looking at right there is a mirror. Remember, that's the hallway back there. That's the bedroom. Wait, let me remember what. Oh, right. This is a mirror right behind me. So that ain't it. That's the bedroom. That's the back window. All the way back there. So while I'm driving, this is what I'm looking at. This rear view mirror is useless. That's just for me to look back and tell people, sit down, you're going to fall. Put that down. Don't be walking around with no juice. That's all that's for. That's useless. That's my fussing device. That's for daddy can fuss. Other than that, this is what you look at. So you always got to remember, you're not in your doggone 10-foot long Jeep. You're in a freaking house. So I get up. I'm just going to give you some more POV, okay? I get up. Make sure everybody is okay. Make sure I don't crack my head on the TV screen. I get up. We parked. You got to make sure all your brakes and stuff is on. Now remember, I'm still walking. All the way back. And I'm about to go take me a nap. And this was one of my gifts. I keep all my gifts with me. My little mailman bear somebody gave me. If she watching, I ain't forgot you. So then that's what you're looking at when you're back here asleep and I'm up there driving 34 feet up front. This is where Lady Lead might be back here. She said, baby, I'm tired. I'm going to take me a nap. So this is how that worked. She come back here, get her some napping, popping off. And I'll finish the driving. I'll make somebody come up there with me, keep me company. Bathroom. Keep all our stuff in here. You know what that is. This shower is useless. Never use it. You see ain't nothing in there but a little dust. In the vent. You need this. This thing. Whoo! That keep that funk. That funk hit the fan. So now you need privacy. You close the bedroom door. Come this way. You want to close off the whole bedroom cabin with all the storage. Then you got a slide pocket door. This is when you're trying to get ready. Like you trying to get your clothes and stuff on because there's nowhere to walk around in here. Okay. So that's where you're getting dressed. You don't want nobody looking at your particulars. I just wanted to give y'all point of view, my point of view. Ooh, let me cut my lights out. My point of view, so you understand it's easy to drive. It's no different than driving a car, but you always got to remember you're driving a house. So I hope that helped a little bit. Trust and believe. I wish back in the day somebody would have did this for me. I know somebody. That's what Lady Led grandfather used to call it. Kick me in my particulars. That used to crack me up. With your family size, how often do you have to fill the dump tanks? I do my best not to even use the dump tanks. We talked about that a little earlier. I do everything in my power to not have to use it. We use buckets with I might as well go grab that again so you can see it because I ain't going back outside. Where is it? Here we go. So this is it. This is what we use. Put a garbage bag in there. And you go to town. You go put that in the same bathroom. Do the same business. And garbage bag. Get rid of it. What size generator do you have for camping? Every size. True story. Say I don't need a face bowl in my camper. There you go. You don't. That's like I said. We don't use that stuff. It's just there, just in case. How difficult is it to learn how to drive an RV? It's easy. Thank you so much. Whole new perspective. I'm just trying to give everybody. I wish somebody would have did this for me before we bought our first. It's a lot to learn. It's a lot to know. Because not only are you worrying about your automotive mechanical problems, you're also worried about normal house type of problems. Your heating, your cooling, your structure, okay? All of that comes into play. So everything that you have at your house, between your car and your house, is all in one problem package right here that you got to make sure everything is good all the time. Meaning gas generator that you have. I got the Honda EU 2200i. Why don't you use the shower? I explained that a little earlier because it's a waste of water. And when you live in an RV or you drive in an RV, you have to calculate every drop of water that you're using. Where did you get the toilet seat from? Any big box store. Okay. We gonna get out of here. We've been in here for what? 2 hours and some change. I hope this helped a little bit. But I'm telling you, I want y'all to hear Lady Led's perspective on it because hers is totally different than mine. Mine is more Rambo survive, and hers is more Lady Led. You know what I'm saying? Hers Hers gives you a little more hope for survival. Mine is grit. Hers is, wait, honey, give them a chance. Mine ain't. Mine is, that person wants to do us harm. I don't trust that person. They want to hurt us. Her thing is, how do you know? Look at them. I can smell the evil. I can taste it. Not her. She always give people a chance. That's why I say that's the softer side of me, because most of me is like, once I'm done, I'm done. I don't got enough time in my life to waste on trying to figure folks out. I'm done. She is my total whole balance of giving people a chance. She know it. I once I get burned once, I don't like keep going back. She loves humanity. Her humanitarian side is give people a chance. She's teaching me that. You know, I try, but I'm the hood. You know, I'm like that frosted mini wheat. The hood side of me is like, hell no. The hood side. Okay. Thank you for that, Nicole. Thank you. Say again, thanks so much. I had a good night. Thank you. Thank you for that. The hood side of my, nope. But she my sweet side. She trying to give me a little sweet side, give people chances, you know. But my side is always flipped on that side. They ain't got no sugarcoating, man. People these days, they'll take you for all you got and lie to you and steal from you and everything. And look at you like they ain't did nothing. Yeah, she is very much more detailed. Yes, she is. You only got. Let me see. Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm gonna leave y'all alone because what I'm about to do. Yeah, my hoodie side is that's the weedy side of that mini wheat. The sweet side, I'm a good guy, but I tell you, I don't trust people that much. Cause every time you open up to somebody, they turn into some kind of monster or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me and where I came from. You just got to be careful. You got to watch people, man, because it's in your human nature. It's in your human nature. Thank you, Black Coffee. I said thank you. Can't wait to see the next one with Lady Led. Me either. It's in your human nature to look for vulnerabilities in everything. It's built in you. It's built in you. And we read our history books to kind of train us to kind of break that humanly habit of not trusting another human being. It's in your nature. It's in your makeup from when you was birthed. You're probably in the womb. I don't trust nobody except for the lady I came out of. It's hard for you to trust people. It's your human nature. You got to learn to trust people. You know, that book teaches you you're supposed to trust your fellow man, believe in your fellow man, and whoo, I know, Lord, but whoo, that's just whoo. I wonder did they run through Toledo, Ohio when they was making the word? Cause whoo, whoo. Some parts of Chicago I done rolled through. Detroit, I know we supposed to trust him, dear Lord. I know we supposed to trust. Woo, but it's some parts of this country that I know of. And I ain't doubting you. I ain't doubting you, Lord. I ain't doubting you. But woo, some people put your word to the test. You know what I'm talking about. Some people we know put you through the test. Yeah, trust your heart. Trust your heart. Trust your heart, but keep your hand on you. Trust your heart. Keep your hand on the grip. Trust your heart. Keep your hand on the grip. That's all I'm saying. Right. Right. Chaka Khan. You dig what I'm saying? Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan. Keep your hand on Chaka Khan. Trust with your heart. Keep your hand on Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan. That's all I'm saying. Yes, but no one can hurt you more than your own family. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. I'm going to tell you this. I know sometimes family can be rough. Okay. I'm not going to get it. I don't like talk about religion and stuff, but I'm going to just say this. Sometimes your family can be horrible. They can be. But I'm going to just say this. Everybody got their own idea of what a demon look like, what a monster look like, right? When we was kids, we grew up looking under the bed first before you got in the bed to look for this monster with his big teeth and his green scaly skin and red eyes, right? We looking for that monster. When we was children, that's what you look for. That's what you was scared of. You look behind the door because you was hoping that that monster, green scaly horns, long teeth, blood curdling eyes, you had that in your head. No, that's a cartoon. Real demons and real monsters look just like us. Those are the real monsters. So it ain't always your family members. I know family members can be rough, but that ain't no better or no worse than any other demon or ghoul out there. Ghouls walk around. You might work right next to one of them all day. A living, earth-walking demon. We done tricked ourselves into believing you supposed to have sharp, long teeth and scaly skin and long fingernails, stand 7, 8 feet tall. No. Some real demon's name is Ralph or Bob or Jim or Karen. Just because they got a nice hairdo do not mean they won't do the same savage, ghoulish things that you think that monster behind the door or under your bed is going to do, if not even worse. Right? We think that ghoul behind the door and under the bed, what they want to do is devour me, Lord. They want to eat me. That's the least of your problems. You should wait and see what Karen want to do to you. Karen wants you to go to prison for no reason. That's worse than being eaten and devoured. Karen wants you to live with 900 other men for the rest of your living, breathing life for something that you didn't do in the first place. That's a demon. That's the monster that we should be telling our children about that's under your bed. Not a ghoul. Karen is under your bed. Don't say that, Dad. You know I'm scared. I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry. We ain't gonna say that no more. That's the real demon. That's the real monster. People that want to destroy your life. They don't want to take it. They just want to destroy it from the inside out. That's the real demon. They don't want to eat you technically. They want to devour your soul. They want to destroy your hope by doing something like that. It's a lot of them out there. That's a real demon to me. Everybody got all this stuff. They keep on describing what a demon look like. Look just like you and me. Look just like you and me. But let me get out of here. I'm going to leave y'all alone. All right? What? Oh, that was a good one, though. And they walk around undercover. That's why you keep your eyes wide open. Amen. Amen. So everybody have a wonderful night, all right? I don't know how we got there, but we there, ain't we? next time I hope Lady Led is gonna be here with us because we're gonna have a good time. I want y'all to hear the softer side. Okay. Uh, if you got any questions about RV, or you even just want to talk about what kind of RV you want, or things that you're looking for in an RV, anything RV, or trying to move away, you might even be thinking about selling your house and living in this thing. Put it in the comments below. Let's talk about it. All right? So I'm here for you. Just holla at me. I got you. Everybody have a wonderful night, and thank you all for coming to the Greenhouse Lounge, RV edition. We're going to start talking about this because a lot of people are switching to RVs, tiny homes, camper trailers, everything, pool behinds, because it's getting a little weird out here to the point that is actually conversation in your house right now. Real conversation. Investing money in an RV, because that's our next. When Lady Lead come, we're going to talk about the money part of it. Oh, I'm going to say a little bit right now. If you plan on going to spend $180,000 on one of these, because brand spanking new, if this was brand spanking new, it would cost $180,000 with everything that it has. Or should you may be looking for a gently used one? Should you go and try to price this with all the features that this have? This has cost you over $180,000. We took it when we got in maintenance. That's what it would cost. A new one with all these features would cost you over $180,000, more than some people's house. We didn't get it for a fraction of that. And here's the other best part about purchasing something gently used. You can own it. No payments. I own this. Tag and title in my safe. I don't owe nobody for this. So if something was to happen, I can get in this, and all I got to do is pay for my insurance and pay for my tag. I ain't got to worry about nothing or where I'm going to live at. So, sorry about that. I had to say a little bit. We're going to talk about the finances of this thing, and Lady Leg going to give you her point of view, which is way more sweeter than mine. All right, everybody have a wonderful night. Led Farm 73. I love you, and I'm out. I'm about to go eat my steaks. I'm going to put them back on the grill, then I'm going to eat them.